Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Steve's new movie, St. Louis Whiskey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Ryan Thompson, and Vaughn Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, guys?
Hello. So, we're going to be talking about St. Louis Whiskey, the new movie that I've got coming out. I work with a trio. I'm part of that trio. I work with Bo Cumberland and Susie Cousins. Susie focuses on the music. Bo is cinematographer, editor, anything to do with the video production. And I am the writing, and I have the contacts and all that kind of stuff. And, I kind of lay out the vision of what the movie should be. And what I always say about making movies is crazy to me because I come up with an idea. In my mind, that movie is put together. That movie, you still do a script. You still write, even if it's a documentary, there's a script because you got to say what this is the order, this is what we're going to be asking people about, this that type of thing. It's not like a script like here's the dialogue. They're going to be saying whatever people say, they say in a documentary, but you're lining it out. It's not just flip on a documentary isn't just turn on a camera and turn it off at the end. That's not how it works. So you line everything out. And what I always say is the movie is done in my mind. And then what the crazy thing is, you get two talented people like Susie and Bo, and it's better than what I thought of when in the end. That's the great thing. That's what's so special is, Bo gets done. He does this great job of, he sees things different than I do. He is able to see, he films all this crazy stuff. I'm like, why is he filming that? And then I see it in the movie. I'm like, damn, that's a good shot. Why, that's awesome. He did that. And then Susie just puts together this awesome music. And the three of us work well together. So easy stuff, fun stuff. And I'll talk a little bit about the movie, what it's all about. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Yeah, so I was watching TV the other day, and a commercial came on for hockey playoffs, which I don't really pay attention to. But there was a guy driving a Zamboni in the commercial, and I thought that would be fun as shit. I want to drive a Zamboni. I gotta find somebody who will let me. But it made me wonder, what's an odd sports thing you guys would like to do, whether it's a Zamboni or throwing the first pitch, not really playing in the game, but one of the oddities. What would you like to do?
And, okay. Has to be like a real job. I mean, I think scoreboard operator in baseball of an old time one where you have to hang the stuff. I think that's kind of fun.
Flipping it over?
Yeah. Huh. With all the electronics and stuff like that, it's still cool to be able to do that. And they try to be seamless. I don't know. It seemed like it'd be fun to be part of one of those crews that does that. That would be kind of cool. Ryan,
I got to live out two of these, I guess, fantasies, if you will, at the same time.
Okay.
Depends on how closely you follow our socials. But we are sponsors of the local hockey team.
Okay.
And this past the last game of the season, the Yeti is the mascot, and they have this killer Yeti outfit. And I kind of got to know the Yeti mascot, the underneath the the outfit, and like,
Hey
"Dude,
now.
can I dress up in the Yeti
Hey now.
and be a Yeti?" And I was like, "Can I do it? Like, and jump on the Zamboni with the driver?" He was like, "Hell yeah, you can." And so during the second and third periods, the second intermission, so I'm like dressing up this Yeti outfit, and I got it all on, and my family was in town visiting at the time, which has just made it even better. And then I got to ride along with the Zamboni driver going around cleaning the ice, and it was just a blast. So I got to check that off.
The
That's awesome.
Zamboni does seem fun.
It
The
looks
Zamboni
fun.
seems fun. I have no idea why. You're just driving around basically in kind of ovals.
There's a great video. It's posted on March 12th on our socials if you want to see it. It's about a minute and a half long. It captures the whole thing. It's a lot of fun. I thought so.
Yeah, I follow your social medias. You know why.
Fun.
You know why.
You laughed at that one, didn't you?
Yes. Okay. You said there was two. Is there another one?
No, well, that was two. I got to dress up as the mascot, and then I got to ride the Zamboni.
Okay.
So,
I missed it. It was so the story was so well. I got lost in it. Missed the fine details.
I'm still on a high from it. I still I checked that off.
Yeah, you basically got to dress up like me one day. So yeah,
basically.
Congratulations. That's very fun. That's a dream come true.
Fulfilled.
Yeah, for sure. Kathy, how about you? What would be a sports thing that you would want to do?
I want to be the organ player at a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
Hey now!
You got that right.
Absolutely.
Nothing more to be said.
I love it. I'm not sure why Akeley's cracking up over there, but I love it, KK.
I love Ryan. He's oblivious. This is why I love this guy. He's like the innocence of like a child. It's so great. Most stuff just flies over his head. He just
totally did.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. It's cool. Von Nieters, how about you? Ultimate sports gig.
I've got a couple. I think it would be super cool to be just because you get the interaction with the players, but to be the person that runs out on the football field and like is giving waters to everybody.
Okay.
You get to interact with them and hear what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I guess so. Basically, yeah, they'd be the water boy.
Okay.
And then another one that would be actually really a lot cooler. I guess that's my number one is be part of the pit crew for like a Formula One race.
Well, Von Nieters, I was gonna
awesome.
double down and say I'd love to drive the pace car for like the Daytona 500 or something significant along those lines. So I think that's right up there too with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the pace car.
Yeah.
I could do that. Pace car.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. There are our ultimate sports fantasies. Hey now. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew. McNew, what do you got?
It's not a St. Louis whiskey, but it's a St. Louis pick. I have the Deer Hammer pork steak pick.
Okay.
I hit my glass with the bottles.
That was a nice noise. It was pleasant to the ear. It was pleasant. Yes, kind of a bell. All right, let's see. Von Nieters, you're next.
I do have a St. Louis whiskey. I have a barrel pick from ABV from Still 630.
Okay.
Oh, the cork broke.
Yeah, cork just broke.
What?
Yeah, he can't get a hold of it there. Yeah. Might have to get a corkscrew.
Well,
Where's that KK? Where's your organ when you need it? It's a foul ball here.
Yeah.
I might open something else. What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to something else.
Akeley, is there a time limit?
I know. Yeah. I mean,
this is
you get to
ridiculous.
try.
yeah. How many do you get to try?
Hemingway Rye. No.
Well, there you go. That was nice. Kathy, you're next.
So this is interesting. I just grabbed Wood Hat because even though it's not really St. Louis, it's St. Louis adjacent.
Yeah, that's St. Louis.
But I also just have a brand new bottle of Hemingway Rye. And I think I want to take Von Nieters out with his own weapon.
You will.
Oh!
Explosive.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Nice.
KK has the lead, but
Wow.
dun dun dun. Hemingway Rye. This show sponsored by Hemingway Rye, the finest rye on the market today. All right, here we go. Swat on the set. Oh, I think we have a new leader.
What?
Not
No.
a chance.
That's KK all the way.
All right,
I mean, you beat
KK's
Von Nieters for sure, but KK
this
was
is true.
almost
This is
all
true.
time
All
there.
right. I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with it. All right, so Ryan, you can win this thing though. You haven't gone yet. What do you
Well,
got?
we all know that's not going to happen. Let's just see what place I come in besides first.
Okay.
Red line from Indiana, hand-barreled Selecta, cast strength 107 proof, something along those lines here. Here we
Okay.
go. Not sure where this can end up, but let's see.
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah.
Really disappointing.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Not
Cheers.
surprising, but disappointing. Yeah.
cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Ryan actually finished after the broken cork. The broken cork actually finished in front of Ryan. It was at least sound of that breaking. So, yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about St. Louis whiskey. I'm going to give you guys a little overview. And then you can ask me questions. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Jeff Andreezy from West Central Minnesota. You are listening to the ABV Network. This is the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Steve's new movie, St. Louis Whiskey.
Yes, we are. So this movie focuses on whiskey in St. Louis. So again, St. Louis Metro. It's because again, Woodhat's going to be in there. So we count that. We also count St. Louis. We go across the ridge, that imaginary line that we all know, state line. We cross that. We go over and we see our buddy Adam Stump at in the movie Stumpy Spirits. It is in the process of changing to Old Monroe, and that is reflective of that at the end. So his new website is included in the movie and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. But all Stumpy's in the movie for sure. That's all he was talking about there. And we got Demetrius Kane is in there, so that's kind of cool. And then Dave from Still 630. These are four dynamic presenters, each in their own way. Some being upbeat and in their delivery, and some being just so knowledgeable. But all of them are great in their own way. These are four excellent interviews. Interspersed in between those, which is kind of cool, is we're talking about the history of St. Louis whiskey, and that is handled by Jim Fosnot and myself. So Jim and I, and this is when we were at the peak of our powers. So we were having fun and laughing, and there's laughs in this one. Our movies aren't comedies or anything like that, but you get Jim and I playing off one of another, and it's good stuff. It's knowledgeable. It provides the history that I don't think people know about when it comes to St. Louis. And so we do 3 segments. So again, there's 4 different distilleries. You start with the distillery, then it's me and Jim. Distillery, me and Jim. Distillery, me. Well, there you go. 4 distilleries. So 3 of us, 3 breaking those up, which is kind of cool and great stuff. I watched it. The sad thing is, I watched it for the first time, all put together. I watched pieces and stuff like that, but it's a very different experience watching the entire movie. I watched it the day that Jim passed away, unfortunately. So I didn't know that. I didn't know Jim would pass away that day, of course. I watched the movie, and, I was laughing. I can't wait to talk to Jim about this. This is cool stuff. And, Bo told you did a great job. This is ready to go. And it's not ready to go now. So with Jim's passing, the movie will be dedicated to him. So that is a cool thing. So that puts us back to what do we want that to look like? What's that look like? But other than that, it's ready to go. All the filming stuff, all the hard work is done. We got to figure out how to do a meaningful tribute to Jim in the movie, and that will be done. So that's kind of cool. But fun stuff throughout. I think it's. I feel like each movie we do. And I love every movie that we've ever done, but each movie gets a little bit better. And I don't know if that's because we're better at making films, and that would make sense. And better at storytelling, better at putting these things together. And we're just confidence, I think, helps out. We know what we're doing. We know how to make a really good movie at this point. And I'd stack our stuff up with anything that's out there. We don't get huge viewership to our movies, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. These movies cost me a lot of money. Studio time for musicians is expensive. Doing traveling is expensive. Doing the things that we do is and we're doing it on the cheap. Believe me. I mean, most movies you can't make. When I say expensive, I'm talking out of pocket. $3,000 to $5,000. That's nothing to most people. To me, the ABV network, that's a small business, and we never recoup that money. We sometimes we get close. Maybe if they stay out long enough, eventually we will. But I don't care about that. You know why? Because I want to preserve history. I want to preserve moments in time. Because these things, if they're made available, they last forever. The story of what was happening in St. Louis in the 2020s, that's documented now. That's preserved. I love the idea of that. I think that we've got some really good things going on, and maybe 100 years from now, maybe St. Louis is really a player in American whiskey. And you look back, and these are kind of the people that got it going. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we're not. Maybe this is a blip on the radar, and maybe things are better or worse. Who knows? But no matter what, it's documented, which is cool. So that's what I want to accomplish with the movies. Financial stuff, I don't care about any of that. I love making movies, and especially because they're so good. Yeah, I wouldn't make them. If they were bad movies, I wouldn't want to make them. But we make good movies, and I encourage you guys to watch them. It's cool. It's fun.
I can't wait to watch it. Kudos to you and Jim and Bo and Susie teaming up for another one here. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. I want to take a moment, try to keep this lighthearted, but I know it's going to be certainly going down some memory lane and bringing up some emotions when we see Jim on the big screen there with you. But I think we also need to keep it in mind that it's a great legacy for Jim to live on and to remember him by. And it sounds like you guys had some great laughs that are captured on video. And so let's try to keep those good memories alive about Jim as well here. So
yeah, he would be really proud of that.
Yeah. I'm disappointed, with Jim's death and so many things. And this is a small little part of it, but yeah, I would have loved for him to see this movie. I would have loved to see him get a chance to see how it turned out. We sat and we did this to half a day. We were in 3 segments that take minutes of airtime. But it takes a while to do this. You got to set up lighting. You got to do this. You got to talk about what you're going to say, and Bo films it, and then so it's cool. It was a fun day, and I'm glad we did it. And like I said, now it's captured forever, and something hopefully his family is able to watch and see, and captures the spirit of what he was trying to build with that business too. We always talk about it. It's the community. That's what's important. The people, building the community. We're not another liquor store. Even though we're classified as a liquor store, we're not a liquor store there. We're all about building basically what is a family. And you get to see what life is like at the ABV Barrel Shop, for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
KK,
My question is actually for Ryan. Ryan, you were in Steve's last movie, Colorado Whiskey. Mm-hmm. Knowing that you've been tossed aside like an old girlfriend, and now St. Louis Whiskey is the star of the show, how do you feel?
Well, again, I think Colorado Whiskey's it was the history was captured. If it's a blip on the screen, or if it's 100 years from now, and you can look back on and say, look at what Akeley did, and Bo and Susie, then mission accomplished. I'm used to be getting tossed aside like a wet rag, so that doesn't bother me. Whatever. Onward and upward, and
right.
I look forward to watching the movie. So we'll see.
Nice, yeah. Well, I'm excited for people to see it for sure. I'm very proud of it, and I'm also proud because it's my hometown. This one means a lot to me. I've never done any movie that anyway ties to that. It's always been featuring my friends and stuff like that. That's very cool. But this one's different. This one, it means a lot to me, and I don't know. I have a weird relationship with St. Louis, right? I always felt like, in terms of a bourbon entity, I'm way bigger in Kentucky than I am in St. Louis. It's just the truth. I mean, people in Kentucky at distilleries know who I am. I don't know that most distilleries know who the hell I am, besides the ones I go to all the time. I don't think most of them know who the hell I am. It's just different. It's different, but this shows you how much I care about the city, how much I care about the history of it, and that's why I want to present it. So, yeah.
Akeley, how many distilleries are there in the vicinity of St. Louis, and then why did you end up choosing these 4? Is it because of the extensive past relationships you got with these guys, or?
Yeah. So, I like anything, my content is always driven by who's doing a good job. I even if, there's I'm sure there's likable people out there that I don't focus on, but I never bash anybody. So you'll never turn on the Bourbon Daily and be like, this whiskey sucks and they're terrible and don't drink it, it's garbage. I don't say that. But you know what I do is I talk about the ones that I like, and I act like the other ones don't exist. So there's a lot of distilleries in Missouri. I don't know if we did a compass and we made a circle around the area that all these distilleries are and how many are there, but it's quite a few. I'm sure it's, 20-ish, easily. And we've focused on 4, but I think these are the 4 that are doing it best. And that's what I like to focus on, the ones that are doing it best and that have great, interesting stories. And I think that's what we're presenting here. So, yeah.
Great. Is it going to be distributed along the lines of Colorado Whiskey? So on
Amazon.
Amazon, right?
Yeah. So we've had a couple different runs at distributors. So the movie industry is crazy because they want you to give up all control, and I don't want to give up control of anything. I don't want to give up whatever money I make, even if with the idea of, there's way more money out there. If we take 90% of your money and you get 10%, but we'll make it so big that the 10% will be worth more than you make, I'd be embarrassed. I want to own my content. If I create it, I want to own it. And that's just the way I'm in. If it ultimately means I'm shooting myself in the foot, I don't care about that, because I want to, this is going to be owned by Steve Akeley. And then, after me, it'll be owned by Kat Akeley. So at least if you want to go, and whoever her heirs are after that, that's who's going to own this material. And that's how I want it to be. I want it to be kept by us, not by others. And you have to give up stuff with distributors. I don't want that. I'd rather be not what people view as being successful, making money. I'd rather not be successful then and just make good movies. So
that is quite admirable, sir. Nicely done.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's never any influence on my movies. There's never, oh, well, this is a sponsor. We're going to take care of that. No, it's not. No, it's not. We've done some fundraising, and sometimes even those people start to get on you, and I yell at them. This is your movie. You have no say in this at all. You have zero say, and I don't care. You think I care what people think about me? I don't care. I just want to do what I want to do.
Yelling is one of your favorite things to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I seem like a very jovial guy till you get on my bad side, and then not so jovial.
Yeah, the distillers that you pick, they're so different from one another.
Yes.
And yet they're all making such good product. That's really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how they, how that all comes together.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very good point. It's almost reflective of making whiskey itself, because everyone has a little bit different take on how they make it or what they do. And at the end product, it's like, I drink this, that's great whiskey. I drink that, that's great whiskey. And again, if you're focusing on the right people, you can say that. And it's the same thing with this. They're all different personalities, from, like I said, from funny to serious to, insightful to, just super genius. Eccentric even. Yeah, there's certainly some of that in there. So yeah, it's fun to see. And I love presenting this, and I love the fact that hopefully helps them out too. Hopefully new people discover what they're doing from this movie, for sure.
What was the most surprising moment in the movie?
I mean, there's a lot in terms of stuff that they shared and things like that. I mean, Demetrius Kane tells just a funny story, and I've released that by itself, the story, the swordfish story, and I think it's just one of the iconic things that people remember from this movie. I have released that just as a promo for the thing, but it's just stuff like that, the little stories of things that are funny, and it's cool. There's a very touching story in there too from Adam Stumpf when he talks about, and I don't know if most people know this, a distillery accident that he had that he almost died. Do people know that story? Probably not. You got to be really a Stumpy's insider to know about that, because he doesn't like to talk about it. And it was a tough thing for him. It's one of those things you're probably a few feet from death, that you're still blows up. If you're not in the right place, that's not a good thing. So so we talk about that, and that's a pretty powerful moment.
Right,
I think.
absolutely. Well, 2 out of the 5 distilleries in Colorado whiskey cried, and I wasn't one of them. I didn't know that was part of the show that we had to cry.
You should have been crying.
But I learned after the fact.
Oh yeah. If at the Oscars, if you see one of those that was crying up there, they're like Lenny Eckstein, you'll be like, that son of a bitch, crying on the film.
I gotta cry next time.
You gotta cry. Yeah.
Now I know that's accepted. So
yeah.
Expected.
Expected. That's what I meant. Yes.
Expected.
Expected.
Yeah. We did have a little. I'm trying to think. There was some crying in this movie as well. I'm trying to think if it made it into the film though. I think that might have got cut, but there's some, if you see it, you look for it. There's one individual that gets a little emotional at one point, but
it's you.
That's not me, but I it's a possibility. Yeah. Under the right topic, certainly. But I did not in this movie though. I had nothing but fun stuff. I got to talk about St. Louis and the great stories, and take a couple shots.
Is there a lot of St. Louis history involved?
Yeah. I mean, we cover 3 components. I don't want to talk about them because they're in the movie, but we cover 3 different aspects that people. Maybe if they hang around me enough, I tend to tell the same stories again and again. But we get into those things that are pretty cool. So
awesome, fantastic,
absolutely.
Do we have any children breakout stars in this one?
Right.
Right. No kids in this one. So Lenny's son, he's a big time star now. So, but no kids featured in this one. So
between Adam and Demetrius, come on.
That's a lot of kids. There's potentially a lot of kids there. I think we see some photos of Adam, and the funny thing is they both had children since the movie was filmed. So you hear Demetrius talk about his 4 kids. He's got 5 now, and then you hear Adam talk about 2 kids, and he's got 3 now. So there it tells you there's a little time in between. We film these things, and right now we've got a movie with Neely that we filmed, but we got to finish some stuff. I don't know when that's going to be done. There's other stuff that we've filmed that could be turned into a movie. I mean, I'd love to see a movie we shot with Jim Rutledge where he tells the whole story of Four Roses, and part of it was used in our Blending is Trending movie. But that was probably an hour and a half interview that was cut down to 5 minutes in the movie. Well, I think there's a lot more there, and people who really like history. Again, that's what I'm talking about with our movies. Could you show that to the general public, and would they care? No, but that's not who's going to watch these movies anyway. An hour and a half interview with Jim Rutledge. I think the right people would want to see that. I don't know. Maybe we'll release that one day. That could be its own standalone film. So we got stuff like that. Yeah, we got stuff like that. Plenty of material out there. And then we've got. I'm trying to get some good history ones right now. Again, realizing that you have to capture these moments in time. It's important. I've kind of taken that to heart. And our next project, whatever it is, I've got several that I threw out there. And whatever it is, it's going to be more historical in nature. So. But focusing on an individual. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Steve, you should do not necessarily behind the scenes, but cutting room floor. Just combine it all into one film cutting room floor of all the films. That would be fun.
It's not a bad idea, and you could do that by doing an intro too. Just filming a little bit of an intro, like, hey, this is the full interview of this person, because we got a lot of that kind of stuff too. Al Young, I mean, we filmed Al Young, and unfortunately he passed before the movie came out. So we got a great interview with him, and again, very little of it's used compared to what we have. So. Yeah, we get to do some fun stuff too. Things that we got a lot of drone footage. I don't know. To me, that's just interesting enough too. Let's do a whole segment just on the drone footage we got. So yeah. We went to Jim Beam. We had to take a class on filming. What you can do, what you can't do, and all this stuff. It was like a 2-hour class, but what I had to take. And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, you passed the class. Just do whatever you want. You can walk around. You know the rules now." Well, shit. We get the drone out. We're filming everything. We're up there. I mean, shit like that. Put it out there. I don't know. I love it. But.
I still think drone footage is still new to me and new to everybody's eyes. It still has that cool factor about it. I love it. I love seeing that stuff.
I do too. I don't know why. I'm fascinated with drone footage.
It's fun because it's I never saw that from the ground. I didn't know
right.
What that looked like.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That, to me, if someone just said, here's a movie, and the movie is this is drone footage of distilleries, I'm watching that fucking movie because I want to see above everything and what's going on up there and how it's laid out. I would love it, but
yeah,
I'd watch it.
That's an idea. That's a movie idea right there. So, anything else? Any other questions?
Well, I'm looking forward to it coming out. I won't ask the question everyone's dying to ask, but when you guys get it done, I'm sure it's going to be well received, and looking forward to it, bud. Absolutely.
Sounds good. Yeah. We're close. We have to do that last thing that we want to do for Jim.
Sure.
Dedicated to him, and then after that, it's just a matter of getting approved by Amazon, which can take a little bit of time. So
that takes a minute, doesn't it?
Yeah, that can take up to 6 weeks or so. So we'll see.
Right. Okay.
So there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me impatiently waiting for this movie to come out, and on Instagram at Von Nieters.
KK.
You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
McNew.
On Instagram at McNew, ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We would love for you to see what we have going on. We are available online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.